Hi, I'm Lindsay Diane from DianeDecor.com. In this video, I'm going to share with you 9 different dining room wall decor options. The dining room can be a tricky place to decorate because they come in all different shapes and sizes. Moreover, we often have different expectations for our dining rooms than the next person. You may want a place that is only for special occasions and holiday dining. Or you may want something that you're going to use every week, like every Sunday dinner. Or moreover, you want something that you can use every single night because you don't have an eat-in kitchen. You may need a multitasking space where it's a homework station after school, or even a work from home setup that you have to take business calls in. So I'm going to share with you 9 different options that are going to be perfect from everything from creating a beautiful dining atmosphere to creating a really awesome backdrop for a video call. Let's get started. Number 1 is wallpaper. A neutral toned, bold patterned wallpaper can give you a really upscale look. Now, bold patterns are usually associated with either high contrast colors or something very, very colorful. But if you mute those colors just a bit and keep that bold pattern, you can have a really classic look. Stick with something that's going to be grays and blacks or creams and browns, something that is just subtle to the eye as far as color is concerned, but gives you a really interesting pattern to look at on the wall. This is a fantastic option for your dining room decor. Next up is something that we see most often, which is a framed, oversized piece of artwork. A statement piece of artwork is a fantastic option for your dining room wall, especially if you have windows on one wall and maybe you have passageways to and from other rooms against another wall. You may not have 4 different walls to decorate, and so you're going to have one focal wall that doesn't have a lot of interruption architecturally, and so that becomes the perfect place to fill with a large oversized piece of artwork. An oversized piece of artwork can also be a distraction from some other things that you may not want people to look at in a dining room. So let's say you inherited a dining room table and you're saving up for something new. This is maybe not your favorite piece, but it's functional and it works and you need it. But you don't want that table to be the focal point. Normally the dining room table is the focal point, right? But if you have some neutral tablescape, like all white everything on your dining room table, and then you have a bold, huge, colorful piece of wall art, guess what? No one's looking at that old table. Their focus is on that wall art, and you can just create a beautiful statement by getting something extra large. If you cannot find something the size that you want, you can of course get something in a panel format. Just set those panels really close together because that's the more modern style for a multi-piece unit, and you will get the same effect. Number 3 is sculptural wall art. Now this is anything that has been molded, cast, carved, anything that has been constructed to be put together as a piece of artwork is a fantastic dining room option. They are real conversation starters, and they are oftentimes a really unique look that other people haven't seen before. Sometimes when we shop at all the same places, we tend to see things that are in other people's homes. When you go to Marshall's and you go to Target and you go to Home Goods, while the prints may not be identical, they're usually very similar. There's usually a popular theme that kind of takes off for the season and it gets replicated and duplicated, and everyone seems to have it in their home. For a while there were those black and white longhorns that were all over the place, and we just saw them in dining rooms and saw them in living rooms and bedrooms, everywhere. But if you were to go for a sculptural piece of wall art, it's a lot less likely that you're going to see that same thing in someone else's home, which makes it a fantastic thing to put in a dining room where people are going to be sitting, eating, having conversation, and what a conversation starter, like something unique on your wall. Number 4 is an oversized mirror. An oversized mirror is good for so many reasons. One, it does help bounce the light around in your room. So if you have a darker room, a mirror is a great option. Number 2, if you have more of an open concept space and you do not have one big large wall and instead you're trying to fill the gap between maybe 2 windows, a tall mirror is awesome. You don't have to hang it on the wall. You can of course lean it up against the wall, but a mirror is also great because you can get the frames in like any style you could ever imagine. It can be rounded top, it can be oval, it can be rectangular, it can be in a funky geometric shape. You can find mirrors in all different shapes and sizes and styles. Just know that this is one of the more expensive wall decor options for a dining room because larger mirrors just are expensive. That's all there is to it. But they are a fantastic option for your dining room. Number 5 is wainscoting. Now, if you like a nice neutral wall or you like that nice traditional look, consider adding some wall molding or some wainscoting to your walls. This will add a lot of interest. It's a way to decorate your walls without necessarily adding an additional layer of artwork. So whether it's a mirror or sculptural art or canvas art, you don't necessarily have to plaster up anything. You can instead go for the textural route, which is to add some type of wall molding to your dining room. This is really easy today because there's peel and stick molding that you can put up yourself. So if you like to go the DIY route, I will leave a couple of options down below in the description box. These are truly just, you peel off the back of them and you can stick them on your wall and you have instant wall molding. You don't have to call a handyman or a contractor to, nail up all of the molding and paint it and all that stuff anymore. You can do it yourself in your home in an afternoon. Number 6 are wall sconces. Now, wall-mounted lighting in a dining room is not a new concept by any means, but it is much more accessible than it used to be. So something that people may not have considered because they didn't want to hire an electrician to do the hardwiring and all that stuff, you don't have to do that anymore. You can find battery-operated, rechargeable wall sconces on Amazon, on Wayfair. In the last, maybe 5 or 10 years, I'd say, there have been a lot of advancements, especially when it comes to lighting and having the ability to have rechargeable and battery operated lighting. If you think about all of the, under the cabinet lighting that you can put in your home, you've got closet puck lights, you've got little mini lamps, you have these emergency light bulbs now that just recharge in the socket and then turn on when your power's out. There have been a lot of advancements, and wall-mounted lights or wall sconces are among them. So if you have been shying away from them because you think that that's going to be an expensive install, it's not. You can get them inexpensively online. I will leave a couple of the options on Amazon that are highly rated below in the description. You can use wall sconces in conjunction with some of the other things that we've talked about on this list, like the wainscoting, to help break up a wall and really create and, make a focal point where there was none from smaller elements. You can have wall sconces on the side of a gallery wall. You can have them on the side of a mirror or on the side of a smaller piece of artwork. If you have also done some wainscoting or chair rail, you've already cut that wall in half. So you don't have such a large space to have to decorate, and then you can bring in some of these smaller elements and really complete the look of a nice decorated wall in your dining room. Speaking of gallery walls, that is number 7 on the list. Gallery walls are a great way and an easy way to decorate a dining room wall. You can get some oversized frames. Again, thank you, Amazon. You can find some really gorgeous oversized frames inexpensively on Amazon so that you can create a really bold looking display. I will show you, I have some really huge ones that are running up my stair. I'll insert a photo here. They were super inexpensive and they just make such a nice statement to have our photos of the kids going up the stairs. You can do something similar and cluster together 6 or 8 or 4 in a large kind of gallery wall setup in your dining room, and that will be a beautiful way to fill that space and decorate your walls. Number 8 is paneling. Now you can go one or two ways with paneling. You can install real paneling if you'd like, or you can cheat and you can install wallpaper that looks like paneling. Whichever one you want to use is up to you. If you're not sure that you really want to commit to that paneling long term, I would say go with the wallpaper first and see how you like it over time. You can always take it back down easily if you don't like it. But paneling is another way of adding a textural element to your walls if you want to keep that nice neutral look. Of course, you can paint them an accent color if you like, but if you want more of a calmer, monochrome look to your walls, but you still want to have a little bit of interest there, go for some paneling. Now, I'm not sure if we're advanced enough to have peel and stick paneling. It's very possible, but I don't know of it. So I would say if you're not sure, maybe go for some peel and stick wallpaper that looks like faux paneling and see how you like it. Even if you want to test it in a small area first before you commit to buying multiple rolls of it, that would be a good idea if you are looking to go this route for decorating your dining room walls. Last but not least is a wall mural. Now, a wall mural will, without question, be a showstopper in your home. This is something that not many people have, for one, and is so large and so bold that you just cannot ignore it. Now, of course, you have to be in love with what you've chosen because it is very big and very in your face. A wall mural is also not the cheapest option if you're going for a floor-to-ceiling, corner-to-corner situation. Now, you don't have to go quite that big. I would at least go corner-to-corner, but if you have really tall walls, you don't necessarily have to go all the way up the wall, but figure out what will look best for your space. Now, most people, of course, will go with a peel and stick option that's more like a wallpaper. You just need to, 1, take your time with the install, and 2, make sure that you really love that piece, because I'm not sure that there really are returns on that type of thing. I have placed a wall mural in an apartment years and years and years ago. It did take quite a bit of doing for me to put it up solo, but I did love it. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. It was this like Buddha scene. I loved it. But a wall mural nowadays, you can get it in anything. It could be abstract, it could be a nature scene, it could be mountains, it could be a face, it could be a figure. Anything you can imagine, you can get in a wall mural. Expect to pay, I would say, for like a 10-foot wide by 9-foot high wall, you should expect to be paying between $300 and $400 for a peel and stick version, which makes this not a super inexpensive thing. Now, of course, you can always commission an artist to paint something on your walls that may or may not be cheaper, considering the price that it is going to cost you for a large, good quality peel and stick wall mural. You may find an artist that may only charge you a few $100s to paint the wall. I mean, it depends, of course, on the level of talent and experience and what you want and all that stuff. But a wall mural is something to keep in mind, especially if you want to make a really bold statement in your dining room. Well, there you have it. Those are 9 dining room wall decor options. I hope you found this video helpful. don't forget to visit me at DianeDecor.com. I write all about home decorating on a budget over there. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.